Hello everyone, my name is Darius Young and welcome to this is I'll just call this Rigging Shadow Part 3, but I'm still going to name it Modeling Shadow Part 13, but you know, just for my brain purposes. So we're going to start with the foot. So one thing I want to do, well, nah, just leave that there. Just going to make sure this is firmly planted on the ground there. Now, we need to do a few things. So I've been studying foot rigs and I found one that works. So this one, I made it recently. So just to show you all exactly what we're going to be doing. A few of these bones don't do anything, but this is the entire control for the foot right here. This controls the foot being rotated up, back, and the front view it controls the foot being tumbled in side to side. Okay, and then we still have our individual toe controls and things of that sort. And then this bone, the toe roll, the foot will rotate along the tip of the toe, and it basically controls the foot, you know, like that. All right. So I'm going to show you all how to set this up. This will probably be the foot will probably be multiple parts, but I took notes, so hopefully you all can follow along. And I'll try to make this as clear and concise as possible. So, without further ado, let's get cracking on the foot. So, what we need to do is we need to first add a bend in that bone there. Alright, we're actually going to delete this bone and Shift D to duplicate this bone and hold Control to snap it. Oops, right click. Okay. And then when you hit G, hold Control. It should be snapping to the grid. That's interesting. Alright, well, we can do something for that to remedy it. So just move that down, and we're going to hit, I'm going to select that, hit Shift S, cursor to selected. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Cursor to selected. Alright, and then select this one, then Shift S, selection to cursor. There we go. Alright, so we have that. Now, the next thing we need to do, look at my notes real quick. Alright. So the next thing we need to do is duplicate this foot bone, and we're actually going to rename it from foot to tarsal.l. And then I'm just going to copy this name, paste it, R. There we go. So this is no longer the foot. This is called the tarsal bone. All right, and I'm gonna for this one, hit Alt Control S, scale that up just a little bit. All right, Shift D to duplicate that. Trying to snap it, but then again, these bones weren't snapped on the grid initially, so can't really snap them now, but that's actually perfect right there. Alright, and what's next? So after that, we then duplicate the toe. So Shift D, hold Control, duplicate that, and just bring that there. I just hit G. Try to make that better. Okay, there we go. And we need to duplicate this again. Rotate this up. And then bring it back down here. Oh, I see what that's doing. It's snapping it to a surface. Let's turn that off. It's still snapping it to a surface, but okay. So the remedy we're gonna use it again. So Shift S, whoopsie daisy. Shift S cursor to selected, and then Shift S selection to cursor, and then I'm just gonna move these down and move this up like so, and move it up a little bit. Alright, so, and then we're gonna duplicate this, Shift D on the Y axis, just move that to that right there. Okay, so I know this all looks entirely confusing, but we're going to start parenting it in just a minute, but we have to add a few extra bones here. Alright, so we're going to Shift D this on the Y axis, move it back, bring this bone down. We're going to scale this in, and then we're going to Shift D, duplicate it again, scale this one out, and move it up. Alright, so this is what your setup should look like so far. In fact, just so that this is entirely accurate here, I'm going to move this to the very heel, because the position of these bones is very important. So make sure you keep that into account, or take that into account. Now we need to parent these properly so that they follow the hierarchy we set in place, or we need to set in place, so that it's controlled by the right bones. So select. all right. Before we do that, we're going to have to name these bones. So this bone right here is going to be the new foot. So foot.l, and then copy this over here, paste it, make that R. Okay. This will be the heel dot L, and then I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it, and there we go. Next, we're going to name this the leg target dot L. Control C, Control V, R. We are going to name this one tarsal target dot L. Control C that. Control V R. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. We're going to name this toe target dot L, and we're going to Control C that and Control V R. There we go. We're going to name this tip toe dot L. Control C that. R. And this last one is rotate. So excuse my phone dot L, and then we're going to Control C that, Control V R. Alright, we have to name those properly so that they all work. So symmetry still works. Now, so in pose mode, these aren't parented properly just yet. So before we do that, we're going. So not before, but we're going to start parenting. So we're going to select the leg target and the tarsal target, and we're going to hit Control P, keep offset, and then we're going to select the toe target and the rotate toe, Control P, keep offset. Alright. Next, we're going to select the rotate. We're going to select both the rotate toe and the tip toe, and we're going to Control P, keep offset. But then we're going to select the tip toe and the foot, and Control P, keep offset. Alright, so now, in pose mode, if I rotate this bone, the toe target should follow. If I rotate this, the leg target should follow. If I select the foot, all of these bones should follow. And if I rotate the heel, all of them should rotate. Okay, so that's working properly now. All we have to do is make sure that the foot doesn't have a parent. So just hit Alt P on the foot to clear that parent. I made that mistake and the rig started acting funny. Alright, so how long have I been recording? Okay, not too long. Alright, now I'm going to try to set up the constraints as quickly as possible. So first things first, select the leg target and then shift select the shin bone. Hit Shift I to active bone. I'm going to go to our constraints menu here. We're going to give it a chain length of 2 and we're good. Now this one and this one, we're going to hit Shift I to active bone. This only has a chain length of 1, and then this one and this one. I'm going to Shift I, active bone. This one only has a chain length of 1. Also, make sure you select rotation with these two. Alright, do the same thing on the other side. So, this one, Shift I, active bone. Make sure to change that to 1 in rotation, and Shift I, active bone. Whoopsie daisy, 1 rotation. And then the last one, Shift I, active bone, rotation, chain length 2. Alrighty. Something's weird. Something's happening with this one. But whatever. Well, yeah, something's weird happening. Something weird's happening. Did I move this or something? I'm gonna pause the recording and figure out what's going on real quick. I figured it out, and that's supposed to select rotation with the two leg ones here, just only with these two. My bad. So now that that's working, you'll see that when we grab, when we grab the foot here, everything moves. The reason the knee's jerking back and forth is because we don't have a knee IK right now, and we'll make that later. But just the basic idea. This one, it rotates up on the toe here. If we rotate the